All right, do computers make you squirm a little? When you hear BlackBerry, do you think fruit? Well, if so, this book is for you. It's called, Is This Thing On? A Computer Handbook for Late Bloomers, Technophobes, and the Kicking and Screaming. Author Abby Stokes joins us now with more. Good to see you.
It's very nice to see you.
All right, let's talk about why you decided to write this book.
Well, I have been teaching computers for 15 years, and at the end of the classes, my students would say, what book would you recommend that I go get? And I looked, and there wasn't a book that actually took somebody from the very beginning all the way through to, why would I buy it? How do I buy it? Email, digital photography, and so that's what started the book.
And this has the basics in it, and you say there are keys to any piece of technology. What are those?
I think the first thing you need to do, it's also intimidating. Take your time. So you're going to hold your cell phone or your DVD player and you're going to look at it and you're going to say, let me just get familiar. I'm going to take my time. And then specifically, when you look at something, look for the word settings or menu or options, because that's actually going to give you the opportunity to see where you might go to customize it the way you want it to be.
And make it easier.
And make it easier. Once you've figured it out, take notes. So you've just sat there and you figured out the first time how to put your cell phone number in your cell phone number in my cell phone. I'm going to write down how I did it so I create my manual in my words so I don't have to read the manual. And then the last step, which is most important, is I just did that. And I need to say to myself, oh, use it or lose it. If I don't use it again and put in somebody else's cell phone number, I'm going to forget how I did it a week ago. So make sure that you keep on playing with it.
Okay, what are tips to mastering a computer?
What's funny, everybody always says, what's the first thing I need to teach my mom? How to use the mouse. If you conquer the mouse and really be sure that you know how to use it before you go on, it's like driving a car when they used to have a stick shift. If you got the stick shift down, you could drive the car. So make sure you really conquer the mouse. And in the book, I lead the users through solitaire. Play solitaire on the computer, and it teaches you how to single click, how to double click, and how to click and drag. So it teaches you everything you need to know how to conquer the mouse. Once you conquer the mouse, slow and steady. Do it really nice and easy. You're not 14 years old. You can't do this as quickly as a teenager. Who cares? There's no time limit. Take your time as you're working.
Don't get frustrated.
Don't get frustrated and really go at your pace. The other thing I say to people before they even get on the computer is figure out it's like taking a drive on a Sunday. You either want to go to the country or you want to go to the beach. You know where you're going. Find websites that you think you'd be interested in visiting so that when you get on the computer, you already have some place to go as opposed to thinking the computer's going to take you there by itself. Yeah. I think that's sort of fundamental. I also think it's hard to learn on your own, but you shouldn't have a family member teach you.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you about that.
A lot of fighting goes on. So check out classes. See if your local library has a class. See if your senior center has a class. And the last thing, of course.
Yeah, the book. Tell me how the book will help
Well, I specifically wrote the book sequentially so that if somebody picks up the book and they don't know why they'd want to use a computer, that's the first chapter. The second chapter walks you through how you might go about buying it and making choices. It even has a test drive form so that when you go to look at computers, you can write down what it was about this one that you liked and about this one that you liked and give it to somebody who understands them better than you do to help you make your decision.
And you go over email, too.
And then it takes you from there. You're actually, the first website you go to is mine. And you can send me an email so you don't embarrass yourself by doing it wrong. So you embarrass yourself with me. Goes through email, digital photography, takes you into cell phones. So the book starts from the very, very beginning, but brings you all the way through to advanced things.
Before we go, we talked about email, and I know that's one of your topics. So is there etiquette with email, and what should we know really quick?
Well, I think one of the first things is, if you're forwarding emails, please be sure that you clean them up. All of those other email addresses that you see, you're exposing everybody. Use the BCC. When you send an email, there's two, CC and BCC. 2 is primary recipient, CC is carbon copy, BCC is blind carbon copy. That means anybody's name that goes in there doesn't know who else was sent the email, so they don't feel like it's a cattle call. They're not getting the same email as 50 people.
Now that's a good point. See, I feel like I know a lot about computers, but I didn't know that that was blind carbon copy.
Blind carbon copy. It's really nice, and then you don't, it's personal, and I'm not sending everybody's email address out.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Good to talk to you. Again, the book is called Is This Thing On? For more information, you can go to abbyandme.com.